Warning: the contents of tonight's program may include strong language, which may not be suitable for young audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show. Here are your hosts, John, Ray, Jay, and featuring Wilson's Corner with Kevin Wilson.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Around the Ropes radio show for this Tuesday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. 2026 edition. I'll be thrown on the room first. See everybody's doing first. Let's send up the boss over. I don't know if they're still in spring or back to winter yet. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how Ray's doing. Ray, how you been, brother?
Well, we are in third winter at this moment. We had first spring about a week ago where everything was nice and the majority of our snow melted. However, we are now back to like 40 degrees and just abysmally cold.
I hear you on that. And then we'll slide over to Queens there, where looks like Jay kind of got an upgrade there in the palatial estates there. Jay, how you doing?
Good. I'm trying to keep in a warm place over here. It's too cold over here in New York. Too cold.
Don't worry, guys. In a couple of weeks, we'll be complaining that it's too warm.
That's usually how it goes, especially when you're in this area.
Hopefully.
But I hear a ticking thing somewhere.
That would be the washing machine.
Oh, okay.
Instead of putting the money towards the upgrading the Around the Ropes radio show, I took the Simple Greens money and upgraded my washing machine.
Hey, you always need to have good clothes. You need to have good smell. You have to have good clothing that smells great.
Clean clothing that smells great. Yes, you're absolutely right, John.
Yes, because on this show we promote hygiene. But guys, we have a lot to get to.
So much.
We have AEW Revolution to get to. We have a Monday at Raw, which had a very strong beginning and a very strong ending.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, let's address the biggest thing that happened this weekend. And I'm not talking about pay-per-views. I'm talking about the incident that took place at OVW.
I was just going to set that up, and then we were going to go into it.
Well, let's go, sir.
We're also going to talk. Yes, guys, we're going to talk a little bit of indie wrestling as well, but not in a good way, because over the weekend there was an incident over at OVW, which is Ohio Valley Wrestling, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to give you our take on it, guys. Again, if you saw the video, believe me, we're not going to show the video because it's too disturbing. But you want to definitely go check it out if you want to. If you want to. That's the only reason I say that. But without further ado, Ray, let's start off with what happened at OVW.
So earlier this weekend in OVW, there was a match, as you would expect from Al Snow's OVW. In that match, veteran referee, well-liked referee around all of the indies, everywhere he works, Dallas Edwards, was supposed to take a planned bump. So the match is going off, bing, bang, boom, and then Dallas takes his bump. I'm not saying that it is anybody's fault. It is just one of those freak things that can happen in the world of professional wrestling. Dallas takes the bump. He's knocked out. He's knocked out. They continue to have the match around him. One of the participants, and I'm not naming anybody in this match for fear of any sort of repercussion, and quite frankly, I don't care what their names are. After what they showed me during this whole situation, I don't give a flying fuck what their names are. That's how much they have proven that they don't matter to me. So anyway, our referee takes a bump, gets knocked out. They continue the match around him. And then literally less than a minute after he takes the bump, you have one of the participants in the match drag him out of the way because he is knocked out, legitimately knocked out, to the point that he, after he gets moved, starts having a seizure, a visible seizure. They continue the match. I will say it again. He was having a visible seizure. You can see the footage yourself. The participants in this match at OVW continued to have the match as if this was Over the Edge 1999. And if you get the reference, you get the reference. Not to that extent. Dallas is recovering nicely in the hospital. But the fact of the matter is that you had them, your trained professionals, you had them, they took it upon themselves to continue the match. Like it is absolutely, it is just asinine. It is asinine to me that this even happened. Every indie show that I have ever been to in the entirety of my 40, almost 50 years on this earth, when there has been an issue, the participants know that there is an issue that is unplanned. They stop the match. They make an announcement. Not that there's a whole lot to announce because you're in such a small setting. You see the EMTs rush to the ring. You know something is wrong. This is one of those instances that garners hate along the indie scene. And when I say garners hate, I mean the fact that people that were on the fence about being fans and maybe went to that show at the urging of a friend, a participant, you think they're going to want to watch wrestling again? You think that that helps the community? Not having your wrestlers even bother to attend to somebody who is having a seizure. And then OVW, who just seems like they can't get out of their own way, releases this statement, which is the most politically cultivated, legal fucking bullshit that I have ever read out of an indie show, word for word. Hello, everyone. This is Al Snow. I want to speak directly to our fans and the wrestling community regarding the incident involving referee Dallas Edwards at last week's event. Professional wrestling has always carried an inherent risk of injury for everyone who steps into the ring. On March 12th, during a live OVW television event, Dallas Edwards was involved in a planned spot of physical contact with a wrestler that resulted in him suffering a major head injury. He doesn't say a major head injury. All he says is suffering a head injury. I say it's a major head injury because any head injury, first off, is that knocks you out is a major head injury. Any head injury that knocks you out and causes you to seize is a major head injury. But Al Snow downplays it, suffering a head injury. Traditionally, when an in-ring injury occurs, the referee is the central point of communication, assessment, and decision-making. That is true. In this unprecedented situation, not unprecedented, the person who would normally make that assessment was the one who needed the assistance. I want to stop right there. You mean to tell me that your participants that dragged the lifeless body of Dallas Edwards off to the side so that they could continue to work for their $30 fucking in front of their 32 people didn't know that something was wrong? Did they think that Dallas was selling his ass off to make them look so good? But I digress. That unforeseen breakdown in communication contributed to a delay in stopping the match and concluding the show. We are relieved to hear that Dallas is recovering and receiving the medical care he needs. Our thoughts are with him, and we're hoping for his continued improvement. At OVW, the health and safety of our performers and officials has always been our top priority. We are proud of the standards we've maintained over the years, but we also recognize that there is always room to strengthen and improve. With that in mind, we are reviewing our existing procedures and updating several of our in-ring and ringside protocols to ensure we continue to meet the highest expectations for performer safety. These updates include enhanced communication systems, additional referee training, and expanded ringside response measures to help ensure that a situation like this is identified and addressed as quickly as possible. We appreciate the concern and passion from our fans, and we understand the importance of transparency during moments like this. We will continue to share updates when appropriate, and we ask everyone to keep Dallas in your thoughts as he continues his long road to recovery. Thank you, Al Snow. You earlier in your statement, you specifically say the referee is the central point of communication, assessment, and decision-making. In this unprecedented situation, the person who would normally make that assessment was the one who needed assistance. So that means that the referee was down and out, and there was nobody there that could assess the situation and communicate that something was wrong. That's what I'm getting from that statement, correct? Am I wrong, John?
No, I see exactly what you're saying.
Jay, am I wrong? That's what he's saying?
Oh.
Okay, so how in the flying shit do you say these updates include enhanced communication systems, additional referee training, and expanded ringside response measures? Expanded referee training? For who? That better be for the wrestlers so they know how to assess. But you know how this could have all been avoided? John, Jay, this all could have been avoided by having your local EMTs on site. You have your local EMTs, you have a local general physician on site. Doesn't have to be both. It can be one or the other. Usually the EMTs are the cheaper route. They would have stopped and assessed the situation and told you, get the fuck out of the ring, stop the show. This reads like some AI-generated legal bullshit. Hey, ChatGPT, this is what happened at my show. Please construct a statement that I can send out to my fans and make it sound kind of legal. That's what you get.
Can I just add to that? I just want to read a quote from Tammy Edwards on WDRB.com.
Yep.
She basically says, "I'm not upset about the bump. Dallas knows how to fall. He has trained as a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm concerned about is the lack of preparation OVW had when a medical emergency like this happened. Nobody stopped the match. They are wrestling all over top of my child as he seizes."
Right.
So
and I think that's everybody's biggest gripe. The gripe isn't the fact that the ref took a bump. Refs take bumps all the times. The Hebners were like taking a bump was like the Hebners' claim to fame. They took the best bumps. Bryce Remsburg over in AEW is like right up there when it comes to taking a ref bump. Although the other guy there, the dark-haired one, I can never remember his name. He's running a close second. Rick Knox don't bump.
Yeah, but here's the funny. I agree with what you guys are saying. And I've been at an indie show where there's been a medical emergency. Go back a year ago, New Jersey, Ridgefield Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only bringing it up because it was really, yesterday was a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. You've got something for the network coming up regarding that, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'll get into that a little bit later. But I was in that building when Vince Steele died. And did they continue the show? Oh, no, they did not. They got everybody out of the building. Medical personnel attended to him. And they figured out, we'll figure out what to do with the other matches at another time. But my thing is this. Going back to what you said, Ray, by the way, great job reading the quote. My thing is this, though. If you want to have more measurements put in, a company like OVW isn't a cheap indie company, right?
Right. It's not it's not Tom, Dick, and Harry's independent wrestling.
They have technology, right? They have, cameras in gorilla position.
Mm-hmm. Some would say they have a larger, budget than quite a few indie orgs combined.
Now, my question is this, though. And this is where I put the blame on. What did somebody in Gorilla or somebody backstage who's watching the camera see what happened and go, oh, shit, this wasn't supposed to happen. Let's go out to the ring before, this gets worse for us.
You would think, right? You would think if they have their gorilla position set up as we would expect a show that's doing a television taping would have, where there are, there's monitors back there for the boys to watch the show, and obviously your agents. We don't know what was going on backstage, back in Gorilla at the time. It could have just been one person and they're trying to make sure that everybody's, everybody on the card that's up next is ready to go. We don't know. Maybe there was supposed to be a plan to run in. Again, these are things we don't know.
But that's my thing, though. I don't understand that.
I agree with you. I don't want to put too much onus on them. The onus belongs, in my opinion, on the ownership for not having local EMTs or a gen physician ringside. Which even Taz comments on it, if I'm not mistaken. Taz says, I just want to chime in briefly as an elder statesman, which we can all agree that he is. If you want to talk about how things go from indie-rific to being in a multi-billion-dollar company, he knows a thing or two about a thing or two. He says, indie promoters, please have a trained professional doctor or paramedic or paramedics ringside or at least on site for all of your events. I understand that money is tight for a lot of promotions, but it is literally the difference between life or death. This business is dangerous enough.
Yeah, we all know. We've all heard the comment over the years. Wrestling is not ballet.
Okay? No, we know that. It's combat art.
Yeah. You can't take this stuff lightly. Yes. And I'm not breaking the fourth wall here with what I'm about to say. Yes, we know it's predetermined. We know it's scripted, okay?
Oh, don't use the scripted word. Predetermined sounds so much better.
But my point is this. You still have to have, I know for a fact that in New York, Jay, I think you know this as well, they can't start a show until they have the EMTs and the doctors there. There's been times already, and I've known this, where shows have had to wait 45 minutes to an hour to start because the doctor wasn't there. Also, that's the other reason why, if you ever notice, more shows run in Jersey
than in New York.
Because New York, there's a lot more restrictions.
That's why a lot more indie orgs are running less in mass and more in like Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire. because in mass you have to have them on site as well.
It's much different, but believe me, people know, we talk about the indie wrestling scene a lot, so this isn't us bashing all indie companies. I'm just saying we gotta. I mean,
this is us bashing a semi-pro, more than indie organization that has quite a bit of money that they could afford without breaking the bank to have EMTs, paramedics, or a doctor ringside.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong here. Al Snow still owns OVW, right? It's still his.
Yeah, that's why he put out the statement. That's why the statement has his signature.
Okay, here's my question. Wasn't he in WWF in '99 when everything happened? Yeah. So if anybody should know about having doctors at a wrestling show, it's somebody who, I don't know, saw one of his colleagues fall from 80 feet up in the air.
I have realized, especially after seeing some more recent videos of certain people, I am concerned because I'm pretty sure that the CTE is very strong with some of these people. And I think I'm not saying that anybody is crazy. I am saying that, sometimes it's not going to be me, that was a one-off. That was a fluke. We're good.
But okay. Unfortunately, I don't want to make this into a political thing. And I'm going to try to do my best to avoid it. But I kind of want to bring this point up though. It's the same stuff you hear now. What's going on now with all these school shootings? It's the same thing. It's, it happened over there. It's not going to happen by here. Oh, it happened in that wrestling company. It's not going to happen by here. Unless you're God and you can tell the future, nobody knows when that next thing is going to happen. And if you're, in this in pro wrestling world, you have to take, unless you're doing this to be like a weekend type of thing, like, I'm a wrestler on the weekend type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you want to make it to a WWE or an AEW, you got to take this shit a little bit better. And to the wrestlers who were in that ring, who wanted to get their shit in, I'm sorry. And Ray, you touched on it before. For them to earn their $30 and their hot dogs, was it worth it? I would love to ask them that question now. Was it?
Maybe they were all beef hot dogs. I don't know.
That's my question. Was it all worth it?
I just want to put this guy's in thoughts. Like, what was the producer doing? I mean, isn't he watching the match to make sure it ends at a specific time?
Well,
what was he on a bathroom break?
I believe that's what John was saying earlier. That's where he wanted to put the blame because nobody was watching any monitors. But like I tried to say, for me, man, the blame goes for the two people in the ring. You should know better. Secondly, we don't know what their backstage set, what their gorilla position is. We assume because they are filming for TV and they have that ability to film live events, that there is some sort of monitor backstage, whether it's for the boys to watch or for the agents to watch. And we don't know how many agents are back there. It could just be one guy doing this on the weekends, just wanting to make sure that everybody is, that's either going to do a run-in or coming up in the next segment is there. And he may have had his back turned, which, sorry, but you really shouldn't.
But, Ray, that's what I disagree with you on. I agree on the fact that I think the wrestler should take the blame, but I disagree on the fact that I think it's 50-50. If I'm being real right now. Because even if
I see why you're saying that.
Even if the wrestlers didn't want to say something, and again, we're only assuming here, guys. So we don't know verbatim what they have back there, but most companies that we've been around on the independent scene usually have some sort of gorilla position set up or some sort of monitor set up where the boys can watch, the promoter can just keep an eye out, make sure everything's running smoothly. But the fact that nobody said anything, even backstage, even if they had the setup of the monitors for the boys backstage and nobody said anything, that's where I think they get the blame.
Maybe the producer thought he was selling really good. Oh my God, Dallas is a great seller. I mean, it could happen too.
No, I know it.
It could happen. But I'm going to just say this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys are
Brian fencing positions.
Yeah. You guys are old school like me. You know, when my mom, when she was alive, she taught me one thing. She taught me to mind your surroundings. So it's pretty much the blame throughout the whole OVW from the top to the bottom, especially the wrestlers that were in the ring. You need to know what's going on at all times, especially if the wrestler's not up in your face trying to break the count or anything like that. You need to know what's going on. It's like you said, it's like Taz said, it's dangerous. It's dangerous enough. John, you've seen it live yourself?
Yeah. Let's get to a comment here, actually, from Frederick. And I'll read it. Hey, John, Ray, Jay, this daylight savings shit over there got me again, LOL. At least it's only midnight here and 1 or 2 a.m. On a serious note, I saw the clip of the tragic incident involving the ref and OVW. Major lack of thinking and communication led to this man suffering a seizure, and the actions of the wrestlers just dragging the man to the side was disgusting. End of story.
Yep.
There you go.
Could have said,
listen, people can say, oh, you guys don't know until you're there. Your armchair quarterbacks, your Monday morning quarterbacks, this, that, and the third. Listen, I have worked in crisis situations. I did it for 10 years. Okay? There is no way in hell you are going to tell me that these guys moved a lifeless body out of the way thinking nothing was going to happen, which is very well possible. They may have thought that nothing was going to happen after that, right? We'll just move him off to the side. He'll wake up, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, okay, that kind of is in the realm of possibility. But once he starts seizing, there's no way that you look back over and go, oh, wow, Dallas is really selling. He's doing the seizure dance, you know? No.
You probably thought that.
Like in no way, shape, or form is your brain wired for that. That is just being callous and a fucking disregard for what is going on around you.
Here's what I was thinking, okay? Because we've been on this forever, and we got a lot of stuff to get to.
We do.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear from our friends over at Simply Green. And then I was also told by our voiceover person, the man behind, I think we should try calling him the Wizard of Oz, because he's the man behind.
Oh, just call him Wizard Wilson. The Wizard of Wilson.
Video here that says Zed. Because of the fact of how deep this conversation is, I will play that video, and then I will play our commercial here from our friends over at Simply Green. When we come back, we're going to get into what happened at AEW Revolution, which some people are saying was the pay-per-view of the year. Do we agree with that? You'll find out. But first, guys, here we go. And here's a word more.
I got nothing.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we're back here live on the Around the Ropes radio show. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that moment of zen.
It was not at all what I thought it was going to be. It was actually a moment of zen. I like it. I'm for it. That's definitely something that the Wizard can keep in the old bag here.
But guys, let's actually quick heads up, because obviously NXT's on tonight and it is Booker T Appreciation Night.
That's right, and we got Joe Hendry on TV.
And we did have one title match already, and JC Jane has retained.
Yes, I did see that. That was when I was reading the statement from.
Created Soroka.
Yep. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, AEW Revolution 2026 took place at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. It felt less like a pay-per-view and more like AEW just hitting reset for the storylines. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean they brought closure to a lot of storylines in a very good way that matched the actual storylines. Okay? And I mean, Jesus, you want to talk about violent? Let's just start with the first match of the night. Opening match, you've got FTR versus the Young Bucks. FTR is your champions going against the Young Bucks. And by God, the amount of blood that was spilled in that match reminded me very much of the amount of blood that was spilled in any one of those Briscoe FTR matches. It was hard hitting. It told a story from beginning to end. It continued with the story from beginning to end. I know we touched on it last week where it's kind of, you're never going to have a definitive answer of who is better, FTR or the Young Bucks in AEW. It's just kind of going to always be whenever they cross paths, you're going to have that argument, and then which will ultimately lead to a match like we just saw. And I thought it was kind of creative to have the Bucks get the tar beaten out of them and lose in front of their family.
I did find that a little odd. Sorry, Brad, I just saw you're a muscular version of you on TV.
Oh, yes. Mr. Page.
I love this match. I thought, but again, yes, am I a huge fan of the Bucks? No, not necessarily, because I feel like a lot of stuff is too choreographed. But with this one, when you have that right team in there, yeah, you're gonna have magic. And I think that's the only way you can do it. And give me these guys any day of the week. This is like, if you remember back when AEW first started and you had Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers back and forth.
Yep.
This is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Two teams that know how to put a match together, two teams that will have you interested from start to finish, and two teams that, let's be honest, could main event the freaking pay-per-view if they wanted to.
Absolutely. I get what you were talking about. Tony hadn't made it onto my screen when you had said that. And now that Tony's on my screen, it makes sense. I see it.
I was going to say, you get a haircut, shave off the sides, keep the beard going.
Absolutely. I do only because it's on my TV right now. But is anybody else surprised that David Finlay did not go to WWE with his brother and his father?
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Really? I was, especially once I saw that they were going to actually have Fit on camera with his brother.
I'll tell you what about David Finlay. I've been watching him. He's been lackluster since he debuted. I'm not impressed.
I'm shocked.
Maybe it's booking. Maybe it's booking wise, but I'm not impressed.
I will say one thing though, where I'm curious to see though, is when he turns around and says, "Oh, I made more money." Yeah, here's the funny thing: when his contract's eventually up with AEW, and WWE rolls in the bank with him.
Should have threw out a lot of money at him. I would have.
But yeah, no. As far as this match with the Bucks and FTR, I liked it. But I've always been a fan of tag team wrestling like that.
Well, yeah, this was the best match of the series between the two, so I can't agree with you guys more. Definitely great match.
Absolutely. And then we go into the second match of the night, which was
Timeout.
Why we forget about a return?
Oh yes. So after the match,
did the return happen during this match?
It happened after the FTR and Young Bucks match. So Cope has made his return alongside Christian, facing FTR face to face. But they also face the Bucks too, so it's really interesting where this is going to go.
Yeah, and they laid out. They had the titles in their hands. They looked behind, saw the Bucks, acknowledged them, and then laid the belts down in the center of the ring, almost as if they were creating a line for people to cross. I think they deserve a title shot just as them coming back after not seeing hide nor hair of them for the last 8-9 months? No, I don't. But is it going to happen? Yes, probably. Is it going to be good when it happens? More than likely.
Why not?
Are there other tag teams that maybe deserve a better shot? Not really.
No.
Oh,
but remember, FTR took them out.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
Makes sense. I like it.
Which is why I'm saying that it's more than likely that they're going to be shot into the title picture. Can I see that leading off into a side quest with the Young Bucks, where the Young Bucks are like,
you have to.
What the fuck, guys?
You have to, because the next one is what, in May?
No, that's one would be is April. Dynasty.
Nah, that's not really big. I'm talking about like big, like pay-per-view.
Oh, you mean like the original 5?
If they're gonna win it, yeah, if they're gonna win it, they gotta win it in a big pay-per-view, not Dynasty.
Oh, good. Wow.
Coming in from Dave, he says, I never got to see Revolution.
Really?
Just the odd match. To be fair, even though I'm not really keen on AEW, what I saw looked pretty good. Although, again, TK went way over the top with the blood matches. I kind of agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of hardcore. I love a good death match, barbed wire, and all that shit. But I draw the line at MJF sticking a fucking... We can't say that right now because we don't want to... When we get to the match, we'll talk about that. There are certain spots in the main event that he goes through. He believes that it's way overboard and not needed. Just another example of TK favoring the shock factor over entertainment.
We'll get to that.
There are so many things to talk about. He's killing me.
Let's go on. Let's move on.
Next match, Continental Championship. Jon Moxley versus Kensuke Takeshita. Now, the Continental Championship usually has a 20-minute time limit. The stipulation for this match, no time limit. I feel like it was a good match. There wasn't... Actually, I don't think there was any blood in this Moxley match.
There was. Takeshita got busted.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, there was blood in this match.
But not nearly as much as a normal Moxley match, which is
not as much.
Crazy. So I kind of want to say this was more like a lot of hard-hitting violence that was kind of disguised as technical wrestling. It was a good. The content of the match was good. It was something that we've come to expect when we have Takeshita and Moxley in there. Those I feel like with all of the people that Moxley has faced, and please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm saying something wrong. I think that with all the people Moxley has faced in AEW, Takeshita really is his Ricky Steamboat. Whether it's the no disqualification or no time limit match that we saw at Revolution, or it was just a regular Continental Championship match to a draw, a time limit draw. It has been every time it has been a fantastic match.
I can't agree with that, but I will say this, that I love the match because it was a strong style match that we would watch if we were watching New Japan. I love it. It reminded me of strong style, and that's what I got, and I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, I loved it too. Well, it also shows you that not every Moxley match needs to have blood, like buckets of blood. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this, Moxley, he's been having some great defenses before Takeshita on this belt. Yeah. Speedball, Nightly, he's been fighting some really good people, and I'm impressed with every match. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Can't even believe it. Not even a Moxley. But I love this match.
Yeah, no, I did too. I thought it was, like I said.
What was the next match on the card?
Was it
a women's match?
Next match was the AEW Women's World Championship. Thekla versus Chris Stacklander. 2 out of 3 falls.
And I like this match. I think this is the most underrated match that you would probably see in the pay-per-view. I think this was a match people should have watched. I enjoyed it. I had Thekla winning the whole way. And let me tell you, as soon as that first fall happened, it started to pick up. And it got really hot, and the crowd was really into it. I got into it too.
Yes, it did. It did seem to start off just a tad bit slow, and then it was like almost as if they had that one pinfall. The crowd came alive. They came alive, and we were literally off to the races. And you're right. It was a solid showing by both women. I did think Thekla was going to win the overall, just because I feel like it would have been too soon for them to take the title off of her and put it back on Statlander.
Right.
So was I surprised that Thekla won? No. Was I entertained during all 3 falls? Absolutely.
I had no issue with this match at all.
Well said. What's next?
Beautiful insight. Just like beautiful insight.
Quick.
Let's see. After that, we had was it the Women's World Tag Teams?
Was it another women's match?
No, it wasn't another women's match.
It was another women's match.
I am
trying. Maybe trios?
I think it was the trios, yes.
Speedball and Kevin Knightley, yeah.
It was what do they call themselves?
It was Okada in there.
Yeah, versus the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
It was they had Mystico. That's what it was.
Mystico, yeah.
They had Mystico, who obviously is a veteran. We know him, WWE fans know him as the original Sin Cara. With Kevin Knight and Speedball Bailey against the Don Callis family members of Okada.
Was it?
It was Mark Davis. Mark Davis.
Yeah. Okada, Davis, and
wasn't it Fletcher?
Fletcher, thank you. Which I thought was just.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. As far as 6-man tag matches go, absolutely.
I didn't really enjoy this, but it is what it is.
I didn't mind the match. I just thought the booking of it was weird because why would you have them drop the titles for them to get it back not even 3 weeks later?
Because you had to get Hangman out of there.
Oh yeah, he was a champ.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Everybody.
I thought we covered that a couple of weeks ago when I said it was a great way for them to get Hangman out of the trio's title position.
We forgot.
Touche there, Tony G. I meant Ray.
Funny man. We have the everyone barred from ringside. Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir.
Oof.
Another solid. I think that it was the better out of all of the previous meetings between Marina and Tony. And then I think the part that sticks out in everybody's mind with this match is the ridiculous return. Or I'm sorry, you can't even say return, but the fact that Ronda Rousey showed up in AEW.
I just realized we skipped another return, but I'll let you continue. Yeah, we did. Yep, we did. But go ahead, continue. I'll bring it up.
Well, no, that was it. I mean, that's really all I have for it.
Can I say something? I really freaking hated watching this for Timeless Tony Storm. Jesus, 3-4 years ago, she was carrying the women's division on top of her palm. It was just that easy, right? And she made everybody else better. Then all of a sudden they decided, since Mariah May left, well, let's put her with Mariah May friend and let's put them in a tag team and do something with them. I think was the worst decision ever made. You made her into a mid. When she came out, there was really no pop. No pop. When she used to come out, the fans would lose it. Now she comes out, it's nothing. Okay.
I also think that had to do with who she's facing.
It has to do with booking. You booked her into a mid, you booked her into some tag team title contention. Even if she's not with the tag team title contention, she's still with the girl. Okay? You need her as one of the top spots in your women's division because it's going strong. I only think there's a few. I think it's Statlander. I think it's Willow. I think it's Mercedes. And that's pretty much it. I know we have a women's champion, but I don't really take her as a top star. And you need another top star. And that was Timeless Tony Storm. Now she's a mid. Now she's fighting Maria Shafir, which I'm going to say, look, guys, I was impressed with her moves, okay? Was I impressed with everything? No, I'd be lying to you. But she is improving. Why? Because she's getting the reps, and I love it. And Bray Brung, the most exciting thing out of this whole disaster of a match I had to watch was Ronda Rousey. I'm going to tell you guys.
I think calling it a disaster is a little overly dramatic.
Look, I popped like a little kid, like you just found candy at a candy store. I was like, wow, this is Ronda Rousey. This is so awesome. I can't believe it because you know why? It actually fits. AEW and Ronda actually fits better than WWE and Ronda. That's just me.
Professional wrestling and Ronda Rousey don't fit at all.
I understand. Listen,
I can't take somebody
I understand the backlash.
who said all of the shit that they said about professional wrestling once they were no longer in professional wrestling.
I get it. I'm not even disagreeing. Look, I get what she wrote in the book. I read the book. I get everything. But she just fits in AEW. It just works. Now, is it a long-term deal? I don't know. Is it a short-term? I don't care. It's not my company. But when I see her with Death Riders, if I could picture it, it's a really badass combination, I got to say.
My thing is this. If they're doing this thing with Ronda we do got Double or Nothing coming up in a couple of weeks, a couple of months actually, sorry. And it's to set up something where it's Tony Storm and Mira, whatever her name is.
Shirakawa.
Whatever her name is, because she's a mid. That's why. Go ahead. Sorry.
Taking on Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey to try to drive in some more seats.
I think it'll work. Maybe. And she has a match coming up in Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she has the...
yeah. So she's doing. Listen, if this was her doing business, great. Look, I agree. I don't want to see her long term on TV, but in the short meantime, for her teaming up with Marina and the Death Riders, I think it's a pretty badass combination. That's just me. Yeah.
Oof.
Hey, agree or disagree? I think it works. I think if you use it right, it could work.
And by using it right, it means she doesn't talk.
She doesn't have to talk. She don't have to do nothing. She just needs to come out.
That's not the name of the wrestling game, bro.
Listen, wrestling has make no sense, and we'll get into Raw because it made no sense to Jay last night. But with that being said, I think it'll work. And listen, they're promoting the fight. AEW, Tony Khan, they're doing the right thing. They're using her just like she's using them. Why not? Have fun a little bit. Put her in the
getting back to the previous match that we talked about, the Takeshita Moxley match. You're right. We did forget to mention that.
You want to bring it up?
I will bring up the fact that the Billy Goat has returned. I liked the vignette. I like the fact that Moxley was over the barrier, getting ready to leave. The lights go down. The little vignette starts to play. At first, when he's in the back of the tank and he's got the mask on, you're like, who the hell is this? Then he comes out of the tank, rips the mask off. You see in the video that it's Ospreay. The lights in the house come up. Ospreay's music play. You see him. He looks fantastic. Doesn't look like he has missed a beat. I don't think there's any ring rust on him. The way he flew down to that ring, got in, got his shit in on Moxley and the Death Riders. Tried to get his hands on Moxley. Moxley bailed pretty quick, but I'm glad to see Ospreay back. That's it's another dimension to the men's roster and to booking, to the creative department.
You want to say something, John, or should I say something fast?
Go right ahead.
Oh my God! When I saw this, I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. Will Ospreay, one of the greatest wrestlers alive, has come back to AEW. But you know what? I freaking hated it. I hated it because I don't understand what Tony Khan and I don't understand what Will Ospreay's thinking in his mind. This guy had really dangerous neck fusion injuries. And then he has surgery. And he comes back 6 months and he decides to do this insanely awesome, incredible move that I probably see one of the moves of the year. A kind of a corkscrew moonsault that just looked ridiculous. He was so high, like Michael Jordan. And he comes down and he's doing all these spots. And I just think it's very dangerous. You're playing with your own life coming 6 months back. Let me remind folks, it takes about a year and a half. Let me remind folks, it took Stone Cold Austin a year and a half to come back, right? So it's a really serious thing because I truly feel the bone in the neck. Yeah, it's healed, but it's not fully healed. And I think you really needed to let the time go. Now, look, I would have been comfortable. Ray made a great point. I love the video package. I thought it was one of the best things I've seen on the show. I would have been okay if they played that and he just came out and he waved, or he came out and he stared at Moxley, knowing that I'm going to get a match down the road, hopefully at Wembley in the summer, when it's almost a year and I feel more safe. I don't know, guys. I'm worried about the safety of this guy. I just think he's taking too many risks, and I think this was a big risk he's doing. I know it's his life, and he loves wrestling, but, we talked about Dallas Edwards. I mean, are we going to be hypocrites and say, well, no, I don't agree with you, Jay. I think this was the best thing. I don't know. I can't agree with that just for the fact that it's only been 6 months.
You're talking about two completely different scenarios and positions.
You're talking about a
referee position. You're talking about a referee position, which is not an actual participant. Okay, doing a favor and taking a bump during a match, as opposed to an actual wrestler who has to go through medical clearance before he can be medically cleared. He had the surgery. He felt that he's good enough.
I don't agree with it.
Well, you're not him.
I get it, and that's what I said.
If he has the doctor's paperwork that says yes, he's good.
But Me, I wouldn't. Even if I was good and I bleed wrestling through my veins, I can't do it. 6 months. Why we can't do this for Wembley? That's a year. I'll be fine with that. I'm sure my neck will be fine with that. But 6 months, this is something we have never, ever seen. Someone just come back from neck fusion that fast. That's really fast. I just worried about the guy's health. I love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the top 5 for sure. Top 3. But what if something goes wrong, Ray? Maybe you're right. Well, no, it's his life. I get it. But let's go 6-8 months. He wins the title. He does this. He does that. What if something just provokes it? That's what I'm worried about. I mean, we've seen Bronson Reed tore his freaking what? His freaking bicep just off of breaking off the spot. Anything can happen. Like Taz said, you read it. Wrestling's dangerous. For me, I just think, listen, I don't need all those spots. I know what you could do. It was incredible spots. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. 6 months, it's fast. But anyway, let's move forward.
Okay, so we have the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. The Divine Dominion.
Oh, yes.
The Megasis, Megan Bayne, and Colossal Lena Cross versus the champions, the Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and your also TBS champion, Willow Nightingale. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. I can honestly say this is like the first time that they've made watching the 0 hour matter, because the 0 hour consisted of a TBS title match between Lena Cross and Willow Nightingale. Willow obviously won. However, Megan Bayne and Lena Cross jumped her after the match. And they did do a number on her shoulder. And if you watched the show, the main card, you saw her in the trainer's room getting taped up, psyching herself up that she's ready, she can do this, blah, blah, blah. The match starts. What's the first thing that the Divine Dominion do? They go after her shoulder. She's out of the ring for a good 6 minutes. You don't see hide nor hair of Willow. In that 6 minutes, Harley puts up a good fight, but ultimately 2-on-1 numbers game. She's going down. Willow comes back, selling the shoulder, made a valiant effort. Ultimately, Divine Dominion win. Those are your new women's tag team champions. I think creatively, this is fantastic. It gets the tag team titles off of Harley and Willow, allows Willow to concentrate on the TBS championship and not have to worry about double duty. Harley can still be her partner, right? Like, they don't have to break up that tag team. But I really think you have something special in the teaming of Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. I understand that this pairing only happened because of Penelope's injury. But I gotta be honest, I think that it's a better pairing than Megan and Penelope.
What about you, John?
I loved it. I love the fact. I mean, this was a match I kind of figured they were going to have them take the belts, because of the way they've been pushing Megan Bayne, and Ray, you kind of said it before. Now Willow can go focus on the TBS title. Harley can kind of go do her thing, kind of still be with Willow, and but now you could easily have what's her face, Penelope, while she's recovering, sort of become the manager. In essence, she does talk with the microphone, so I could easily see the scenario where she becomes sort of like the quote unquote the manager for them. And let's be honest, I've said it for a while now. I think Megan Bayne needed a title in AEW. The way they were presenting her, it's this could be a stretch here, but you're gonna see where I'm going with this. This is AEW's version of Rhea Ripley.
She got the wrong title. I think I honestly didn't care about this match, so I can't say a lot like you guys, but I will say this. I didn't like the decision. I thought it was the wrong tag team they should have lost the belts to. I think they should have lost it to Sky Blue and what's the other girl?
The Triangle of Terror there.
Yeah, because they need all the gold, and I think it would have made sense for me. For me. But like I said, I don't have anything special to say about this. I just didn't like the booking.
Oh, right. How many more matches we have left?
We've got Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. We've got we already did the trios. We got Andrade versus Bandito.
Great match.
We've got the Tornado trios match, the Dogs and the Conglomeration, and then we've got the title match.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
Straight to the title.
Let's take a quick break. We're not gonna do the one with the Zen. But when we come back from the break, we're going to make a quick announcement as far as a future segment that's making a return and why it's going to be undisputed.
Oh, I smell it.
I mean, I think you just gave it all away.
No, because no.
Oh, don't say that.
I feel like you just gave it all away. You could have just been like, "We'll be back with an announcement."
Come on, Ray. Come on.
Like I'm just saying, like
a little bit.
You left zero. You told them. You told everybody that it's a segment that's returning, undisputed. Like
undisputed.
I mean, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Just pretend a little bit. Who is it?
It's called the tease. But who is it?
That's not a tease. You gave the whole thing away.
Yeah, they didn't give
Look
us
at this. Look at this. A tease. You gave it all away.
Oh my God!
I'm not answering.
What?
I'm not saying yes or no. It could be him.
Oh, this is fun. I'm having fun time over here.
It could be Adam Cole. Just saying.
You've had Adam Cole on here as a guest before, have you?
No,
That's had his own segment?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Maybe he was in the background, like a little poster.
We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents Wrestling Against Cancer 11. Come see Nikita Koloff, women's matches, Cali Man, Nelson Iser, Kelly Clark, and more. Wrestling Against Cancer at Bay Haven Charter Academy, Saturday, April 25th. Front row tickets $20, second row $15. General admission just $12. Kids 5 and under free. Doors open at 5. Bell time 6:30. Proceeds go to Pam Clements Medical Expenses.
And we're back here live on the On the Road for You show. Now, if you're joining us now,
who is it?
We have an
announcement, John. Tell us who it is. We're all waiting with bated breath, even though
I'm
David
waiting.
already knows who it is.
But again, I didn't answer him.
Okay, go ahead.
The Undisputed Hour with Bobby Fish premieres on April 7th at 9 p.m. Only on the Around the Ropes radio show.
Oh my God. I didn't even know.
There you go.
It is certainly undisputed.
David says, John, if you ever get Adam Cole, I'll pop like a kid at Disneyland for the first time.
Woo! He's coming in a poster.
Cardboard cutout.
Can I say the first topic, or just say what we should do for the first topic? We should just ask Bobby what he feels about tag team now, or what we've seen, because I think it's a mess. But go ahead, let's continue.
We could discuss that in our meetings.
I like to hear Bobby's point of view, because you got to say something about today's tag team wrestling. My God, it's a lost art.
It really is.
Go ahead,
It's
John.
been slowly devolving into a lost art.
It is. What's next?
We have Swerve Strickland defeating Brody King.
Tough.
Good match, a solid match.
I agree.
A But the problem is, I'm not really surprised that Swerve won. Like, this match had the hopes of being able to go into it going, I really have no idea who's going to win.
Okay,
right?
but who did you want it to win before the
I
match?
wanted Brody to win.
There you go.
I absolutely wanted Brody.
And why
to
is
win.
that?
Because Swerve doesn't need the win at this moment.
Thank you. And you also make a new top star.
You're already doing it with Bandito.
Exactly.
Why are you so reluctant to pull the trigger on Brody?
And that was probably 2 matches after was the Bandito versus Andrade, which was probably one of
Oh
the
my
best
God.
matches.
Such a good match.
Probably match of the night right there.
Oh, easily. Without a doubt. So, yeah.
I would have had Brody.
Match.
I would have had Brody.
I too would have had Brody.
Yeah, I agree. I would have had Brody as well, but I think now we know where Swerve is heading to. And we'll talk about that after we get to the main event.
But we've always known where Swerve is headed to. That's the thing. That's why him taking this loss to Brody wouldn't have mattered to him. Now, unless they're going to start a feud of who is the most violent man in AEW, and Brody goes into the next meeting talking about how he needs to step it up and how he can be the curator of violence. You know, but I don't see it happening based on the buildup of this match going into Revolution.
Was it a DQ match or something, or did they just decide to just rip off mats and do spots?
And actually, there was no stipulation. It was just a regular match.
Do whatever they want on the outside.
I mean, not for nothing, but if you're Paul Thomas, you gonna tell any one of them cats what they can and can't do? I'm afraid Swerve would kick me in the face, and I'm afraid Brody would just rip my head off.
Yeah. I truly think the only way to save Brody after this loss is to just put him in a storyline with Andrade as that next guy. Who's going to be that next guy to step it up for the title? Andrade's a top contender now. He proved
after
it.
That showing, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what better way to book Brody to be coming up and facing Andrade, beating Andrade, getting that next level up?
I think if it were up to me, I would go a very old school style, have Brody cut a promo and talk about how he's got to rethink things and maybe step away for a few weeks. So 5 or 6 weeks go by, you can get that Andrade push going. And then you have Brody come back and he just, whoever he sees, it doesn't matter if it's backstage. It doesn't matter if he comes out. He just destroys them. And you put him on a run like that for a little while, have him go up against the conglomeration. And then you can put him into the title picture. And maybe it's a number one contenders match between him and Swerve. And then you can have that essentially curator of violence come out and, an ODQ match or what have you.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. All right. So now we've got we have our Andrade El Idolo going up against Bandito. I thought this was for the ROH World Championship. I guess it wasn't.
Wasn't even announced.
Because Andrade didn't walk away with the title. Now, unless this is setting up him going up against Bandito for a title, for the ROH World title, I don't know. Only time will tell, but good God. Some of those hits, like the way, listen, I know Andrade's got that like corkscrew DDT finisher. I'm telling you, that spinning back elbow of his needs to be his finisher. And the way he sets it up with that mafia kick, and he hides that spinning back elbow, dude, it is so devastating. The 2 times that he hit Bandito with that, I legitimately thought he hit Bandito with it. It's so fast. It's such a high impact blow. It's fucking amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was a fantastic match from bell to bell. I'm glad to see Andrade win. I think Andrade is on the demon run of his life right now. I believe that he should have won, and I really think that it should have been an ROH World Title match.
It would make sense.
What was that last word?
Sense.
Sense is something that we have all talked about at different times as something that is lacking in AEW.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got our Tornado Trios match. Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin of the Conglomeration going up against the Dogs. War Ready Gabe Kidd, 100 Proof Clark Connors, and David Not Fit Finley.
Not impressed.
So the match was good for what it was, which was going to be what all tornado tags or tornado trios matches are, a spot fest, a pure chaos spot fest. And I thought that it was fantastic in those regards. It started with the spear from Clark Connors to Darby Allin, who was on the apron going after Gabe, and I can't even describe it. Like, Clark goes through the ropes, spears Darby, who was on the apron, and they just crash down to the floor. And then they tied Darby to the turnbuckle with the tag rope and his chain, which then obviously they get free at some point. Darby zip ties Gabe Kidd to the staging, after a couple of spots there. I thought that it was good for what it was, which was chaos, spot fest, palate cleanser before the main event.
I'll even go a step further. We were talking before about David Finlay, about his decision to come to AEW and not to, and he made the whole comment about how he's made more sacks of cash with Clark and Gabe than he did with his brother and his father.
Yeah, his brother, by the way, good friend of the show, Brogan.
Yep, we've had him on a couple of times, actually.
Yes, we have.
I'm going to say this. I actually loved it, what he said. Because there's this, we were talking before about tag team wrestling. Is this another?
Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Can you refresh my mind on what he said? Because whenever anybody talks about David Finlay, the most memorable thing that I have from David Finlay's promo is him talking about how he's estranged from his dad because his dad didn't win any world championships, and how he's made more stacks of cat. So that was the promo. Never mind. I jogged my own memories.
I loved it for one reason. We talk about how tag team wrestling is becoming a lost art. It's becoming a lost art. And that's actually a heel wrestler being a heel wrestler.
Hold on. Hold on. Are you going to sit there and talk to us about the organization that literally has MJF in it? And you're going to talk to us about a heel being a lost art? Unless you're talking overall, I don't think that argument holds weight in AEW.
MJF is a cool heel.
Is he though?
Yeah. Oh, yes, he is. People will cheer for him.
Preach.
Okay, people cheer for him because of the fact that he's a heel. Like, I cheer for the man because he is a heel doing heel's work.
Yeah, but my thing is this, though. If you look at a true heel, okay? And yes, I'm going to go back into the day here for a second. Look back to the days of the Iron Sheik. Okay? It was Larry Zbyszko when he turned on Bruno. You weren't getting cheers for those guys. Because the issue is MJF to me is somebody that he can turn babyface.
Well, hold on. Do we want to talk about how society itself how society and the world has changed since the Iron Sheik was a villain? Like maybe we stopped being racist. Maybe we stopped being xenophobic. We realized that, those weren't cool things. I'm not entirely.
He's not getting where you're saying.
My point is this. When you look at a heel wrestler now, okay, 90% of them are cool heels. And that I blame on the NWO.
What is a cool heel, though, John?
It's cool to be the bad guy.
I always liked Ted DiBiase.
Because as much as you're going to cheer for them when they're a good guy, you're going to cheer for them when they're a bad guy.
I'm sorry. I don't think I would classify MJF as a cool heel.
He's a cool heel. He's in movies. Go ahead.
By that logic, the Iron Sheik was in movies too.
You know what? Hold on. Let's ask whoever's watching right now, okay? Leave it in the comment section. And we'll ask this throughout the next couple of weeks, okay? Is MJF a cool heel or a heel?
I gotta and another question. What is the definition of a cool heel, folks? Please let us know.
My point is this.
And honestly, you say you blame the NWO. The person to blame is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
David Reynolds said Stone Cold was a cool heel. Is that true?
I think Stone Cold was less of a heel, more relatable to the working man.
What was a good heel? Killer Kowalski.
Blue collar.
Just going to mention Killer Kowalski.
Yeah, Baron Von Riech.
Baron Von Riech.
Yeah. But again, I understand we're going back, generations here. I get it. And for people who are watching this who may not know, there's a thing called Google, guys. Google these names.
George the Animal Steel.
Thank you. George the Animal Steel. All these guys.
All he wanted was to be loved by Elizabeth. That's all he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily make him a bad guy. Oh, because he's hairy and has a green tongue, he can't be in love with the most beautiful woman in wrestling at the time.
He was a school teacher, by the way. Did you know that?
Gym teacher.
Yeah. And then I know Kane was used to be. I think Kane was a substitute kindergarten teacher. Elementary school teacher.
That one I didn't know.
Can you imagine also you're a 5-year-old kid and you walk into class and you see Kane?
Well, right?
It's Kane.
That's gotta be Kane.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. He bought himself a Tesla.
Well, I would expect nothing else from somebody who sucks off of the third nipple of the Tangerine Tyrant.
But he did call though the Orange Machine.
Oh, we're definitely off the rails now.
Seriously.
Serious. Yeah. Go to Twitter. It's on there.
Yeah, I'm good. I blocked Mr. Jacobs off of all of my social medias because of the shit that he,
But
I supported his decision to go into politics when he was independent and when he was very centrist leaning. And then all of a sudden he realized the only way to get elected is to suck on the third teat of the Tangerine Tyrant, and he's never looked back. So,
right, let me ask you a question. But were you blocked by your favorite wrestler, Ryback?
I've been blocked by Ryback for damn near a decade now. And all I did was ask him a question, and I wasn't even being a dick. It was a legitimate question. I can't even remember what the question is now, but I remember it being so shocked that he blocked me over the question that I was like, it was just a legitimate question.
All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do.
Thin-skinned piece of shit.
Take another break, come back, talk about the main event,
and then hit Raw.
And then
hit Raw.
I don't even want to talk about Raw, man. It was so disappointing. There was so much potential.
There's one segment I do want to talk about. there is one
No.
segment I want to talk about. And it's
The
only because
Maxine and
I have,
Natty match.
huh?
I'm gonna
Maxine and Natty. And listen, y'all know how much of a big fan of Maxine I am, but even I'm over it. Like, why are we having Maxine Natty 33.3?
Welcome to the club, baby.
I want to talk about the opening segment because of what it led to.
We should read David Reynolds' comments first, though. It's really funny. I could picture it now. Cade walks into a classroom full of unruly kids misbehaving, and as soon as the door opens, that slow chemical music hits. LOL. I love it.
And then he walks in and he does the whole thing with the arms and all the crayons pop out of the box.
Oh, I love it.
Guys, quick word from our friends over at Simply Green. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we are back here live on the Run the Roads radio show. I think my comment before about the cool heel ran Ray off the screen.
That's I mean, I didn't get it, but okay.
I'm just going to say this, okay?
Oh,
No. Jay, my point was this. You're going to cheer for the good guys, okay? For the bad guys, sorry. You're going to cheer for the bad guys. But the point of being a bad guy is you're supposed to boo them.
yes.
Now you see where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
you want it to be the way it was back in the 80s and 90s.
Well, not really, because I know that the world has kind of changed since then.
It has, but honestly, I think it's better the way it was. You boo for the bad guys, you cheer for the good guys. Now it's not like that no more.
Well, let's keep things moving here, because guys, we got to get to your main event from AEW Revolution.
Yes.
Which saw Hangman Adam Page take on MJF, where the stipulation was if Hangman lost, he can no longer challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight title again, or as I like to call it now, the Cody Rhodes rule.
For his the entirety of his life in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So something made a joke. How long before he's in WWE?
Well, I was just wondering how long before he goes to ROH, and then goes back to AEW, and then well, guess what?
Well, I mean, technically,
the stipulation was followed because he went from AEW to ROH.
And supposedly, from what Tony Khan said, it was a gentleman's agreement.
No, that's not at all what it was. That's not at all what that was. That was a legitimate agreement.
I heard something that it was a gentleman's agreement.
Well, you see, that's just Tony being like, perhaps we shouldn't have done that.
All right, so let me ask you this now. Thoughts on the match?
There were some spots.
Who wants to take it first? Who wants to go first?
So first off, I want to say this. Last week, we had talked about you don't pick match stipulations that you know you're not going to win. And we started talking about Adam Hangman Page picking Texas Death, Sammy Guevara picking ladder matches, Darby Allin picking coffin matches. And I firmly believe that until MJF came out dressed like he was shot out of the Double Cross Ranch. He had the hat, he had the poncho, he had the fucking Terry Funk tights. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, he's not losing. He's not losing. You're not going to lose wearing Terry Funk tights in a Texas death match. You're just not. His family created the match. Dory Funk created Texas Death back in the 50s. You are not going to come out to the ring dressed as Terry Funk, one of the sons of Dory Funk, and lose Texas Death? What? So once I saw that, that's pretty much what I was just watching the rest of the match for the lulls.
But were there any lulls, though? That's my question.
Bro, there were some highly unnecessary spots in there. David touched on it in his first comment, talking about Revolution, and a syringe through the side of your face, bro? Like, what are we doing?
That's completely normal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they did the skewers on the top of the head, a la John Moxley, but it didn't work as well. I'm assuming because Paige didn't want to like hammer them into MJF's skull like they needed to be.
Yeah.
You know, but there were some seriously hyper violent spots that didn't need to be there.
It's funny. I'll put it this way. That match to me was how much could you go back to ECW?
Well, you know, that's the thing. Talks about how ECW was his favorite, right? Like that's, to him, that's what wrestling was. And I feel like if, you know, like nobody told him like, yeah, that's what a part of wrestling was. You know, nobody wants to see the hyper violent shit all the time. Hell, GCW, who made their living off of Matthew MDK Gage.
Mm-hmm.
MDK all day, baby. They don't even do hyper violent every match, every show. Like, not everything's got to be just because it's no disqualification, just because it's Texas Death, there's this thing called nuance and balance. It doesn't have to be hyper violent. It doesn't have to outdo the violence of the last one.
Oh, you mean somebody doesn't have to walk out there almost dead?
Seriously. Like when you need to take a 45-minute break between your main event and your presser, the start of your presser, just so that, you know, the people in the main event can get patched up. It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's one of my issues with AEW is I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the violence part, but there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah, and not every other match on a pay-per-view.
Well, because then my problem is it loses its luster.
Exactly. Blood is for emphasis. There is a reason why War Games was only once a year. There was a reason why steel cage matches were supposed to end a, quote, blood feud. Like, I just... it's...
Yep.
I don't want to sound too old, you know, and I don't want to... I don't want to sound too old, and I don't want to sound cliche, but there really is a line that you have to teeter on between balance and nuance when it comes to your stipulations and the level of violence or hyper violence in them. You want everything to be borderline violent for your stipulation matches, and then when blood and guts come, that's when the hyper violence can kick in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that because the whole point of blood and guts is to blow off the storyline to settle the blood feud. But what do I know? I'm just
Yeah,
fucking
hated the match.
quarterback from the fucking 80s.
Navarre's checking us out tonight. Navarre, thank you for joining us.
Oh, what's up?
Navarre!
Let's move on. John, you wanted to touch something big about Monday Night Raw last night. What is
You can touch something big right here, buddy.
Woo!
Yeah, talk about choice of words there. Can somebody explain this to me, please? Because I'm apparently an idiot. Earlier tonight, Vanity Project took on Los Americanos.
God.
Took on who?
Los Americanos.
Oh, yes.
Los Americanos won.
This is what
Yes, they
have
did.
on TV.
Now, they just had a match with Hank and Tank taking on Birthright
Yep.
for the number one contenders match.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't Los Americanos already be the number one contender since, I don't know, they beat the tag team champions?
Makes no sense. I've been saying NXT makes no sense.
You are applying far too much logic, sir.
I don't get it.
Because NXT is off the rails. That's why they're not in Las Vegas.
Well, no. So you know what this is going to be? This is actually a number one contenders match to the number one contenders match. So whoever wins this one is going to face Los Americanos for the number one contendership.
So excited.
I'm telling you, that's how they're going to work it.
I want to talk about the opening segment from Raw last night.
Go ahead.
What was the opening set? Oh, yes.
Where
we came in hot.
Where Rollins and the Blurred Vision, shout out to David Reynolds on that one.
I do like it.
Blurred.
Oh, wait, whoa, what the? Who the hell is Dark State beating now?
I don't know. I'm not there yet. The Birthright match just ended for me.
But I loved how in this segment, Paul Heyman, to me, I'm sorry, he adds so much when he comes out looking disheveled with the one bloodshot eye.
Do you know how he does that? He fucking puts Vicks in his eye.
That doesn't shock me.
He literally puts Vicks Vapor Rub in his eye. Do you know how painful that is?
Committed.
Tried.
I've accidentally done it. It is. Oh my God. The burning in your eyeball, for him to be able to go out there and perform with that going on in his brain, kudos to him.
More of these comments here from Navarre. He goes, I like Cody in AEW in 2019.
Me too.
And he wants to know, are we getting WWE 2K26?
I'm going to get it when the price drops because the reviews weren't that really high compared to last year.
Yeah.
Kind of dropped. It dropped a little bit. Just a little bit.
They're beating up OTM.
Oh,
you don't realize it's OTM because Jada Parker's not there.
Okay. So all of a sudden, Brock comes out, and everybody thinks we're getting Brock and Seth.
Correct.
Well, that's because that is literally what Paul alluded to, right? You know, I'm sorry to interrupt your hateful promo, but we are now in the FO state of effing around. FAFO, and he says it like 3 or 4 times. I thought he was trying to get it, like, because he kept doing FAFO. FAFO. I thought he was trying to get the crowd to do that, and then all of a sudden, after the third one, he switches to FAF5, and Lesnar comes out.
Yeah. Then Lesnar comes out. The lights go off again. A few minutes afterwards.
Did the lights go off? Oh yeah, it was after. You're leaving out the fact that he ran through the 13 other masked men. And then he gets in the ring with Seth, and then the lights go out again.
Yes. And who comes out? But
the ruler.
And everything about that segment got me interested in their eventual match.
Oh, dude, that whole segment, from the moment Brock came out to the moment that Oba comes out, chicken skin the whole fucking time, right? And then, like, we all know that Seth isn't cleared.
Yeah.
So you see Seth is in the ring the whole time, and Brock does a good job of using this as a way to turn his back on Oba, right? So he looks over at Seth in the corner and kind of, punks him a little bit. Seth drops down. Brock turns around. And no sooner does he turn around, does Oba take, I can't describe it other than a dash step. Dash step towards Brock, picks up, I will say it again, picks up Brock Lesnar like a little baby and pops him up for his pop-up power bomb, which Brock sold fantastically. And to have Brock Lesnar sell for you like that shows, because Brock has gone on record and everybody else has gone on record talking about Brock, that he's not going to sell for you if it's not going to make money. Right? Because if it's not going to make money, what the hell business does Brock Lesnar have of selling for you? He sells. Not only does he sell, but while he's on the ground and Oba is standing over him, he tells Oba to put his foot on his chest.
Yeah.
And what an amazing picture to have the ruler with his foot on the chest of the beast. Oh my God, we're getting it at WrestleMania, Oba and Brock. Amazing.
Well, the part I liked also, and I only noticed it because somebody posted on Facebook today, they had a close-up of Oba, and you can see he had a tear coming down.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, because I remember when they did the close-up, I looked at him, I'm like, why is everybody crying out of one eye today?
But it was definitely a moment.
Mm-hmm.
To say this. It was definitely a moment. I can't wait.
No, that's good. That's gonna be fantastic. And listen, to go from the way Raw started to the way Raw ended. And the reason why I say that is because Navarre posted, do you guys like the CM Punk Roman Reigns promo? I don't want to speak for everybody on this show, but if I can speak for everybody on this show, that's a big fuck no.
No.
Nope. And I think if what I have heard is true, which is that they were going to have Roman stay on the same level as Punk and start going a little bit darker and going after Larry and Larry's death, which is something that we all figured was going to happen. And we were kind of waiting for it to happen. Forever. WWE decided, no, let's not go there. Let's keep the focus on Roman, his legacy, the legacy of the bloodline, and Roman's commitment to family, which is why you had that segment with him and the Usos, and that ends with Roman talking about how much time was your dad away from the road? I know how much time my dad was on the road. That's not going to be my kids. That's not going to be my wife. They can call me a part-timer all they want. I think it's just a way for them to foreshadow, yeah, Roman's getting the title and he's going to be a part-time champion. Fucking deal with it.
I got to say this, John, I don't believe John doesn't like this. I think he loves this because he did say a few weeks back he's more invested in watching WrestleMania because of Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Now, John, from last night, do you truly feel that?
Depends on what match you're talking about.
Come on. Either way.
Bro.
What
There's
did
not
you
a whole
tell
lot
us?
of times you'll get me and Jay on the same side, but me and Jay are on the same side right now.
What did you say last time?
What a political answer, Jonathan. Are you running for a Senate seat that we are unaware of?
Yeah, for around the
You're
ropes.
becoming like Kane, are you?
Good Lord, man.
Well, John, what do you thought of the whole promo there?
Compared to what they did 2 weeks ago, and compared to what we saw last week, they, I think, went downhill.
Good answer.
And
Quite
I
frankly,
think
that was really the only answer, but good answer.
Ray's right. We don't get eye to eye, but I'm going to agree with him. I did overhear that talk about Larry the dog. And for me to call somebody old and he just punches you in the face doesn't really make sense to me.
Not only that, but there's not a huge age difference between the two of them.
Exactly. So it doesn't quite make sense to me. It's probably like an 8-9 year gap. So I'm not understanding why Punk got so heated. He had a club him in the face because he said you're old.
Like, bro, my dude, first off, you got gray hair on your head and in your beard. You're missing the side tooth that most late 40-year-olds are missing. Like, I mean, come on.
It's losing the heat. It's losing heat, that match, I feel. It's losing it.
Which is exactly why I think they had Punk get physical with Roman.
Now,
because, you know, if we're losing the promo the promo mojo, the
promo mojo.
Promo mojo. If we're losing the promo mojo, then let's have him get physical so that, you know, we can bring that spark back.
Honestly, right now, if you take both main events right now, Punk and Roman and Randy and Cody.
I'm going with Randy. We still have to talk about that.
We could get into it now.
Absolutely. I mean, what you saw at the end of SmackDown, I don't want to say that's how Raw should have ended, but that intensity could have been there. And the fact that it was literally just a switch flipped by Randy because Cody was talking about how he wants that Randy. And Randy was like, hey, I need number 15. This, that, and the third. Navarre says CM Punk is not old. Old to me is 100 years old. That's valid.
Well, here's what I don't understand. I need your expertise on this. Why does it seem like every time Cody gets put into the situation, Cody's always the one who's bleeding on the bottom?
How about this? I got another question. Why is it
bleeding on the bottom, huh?
Why is it for the past 2 years, every Cody match at WrestleMania main event has been rushed?
So first off, I can't answer
because
that.
this heel turn was extremely rushed. Extremely rushed. For me. I don't think you could have done it like this. I think it could have.
I think the only person that it really works for is Randy, because he can just sell you on the voices in his head.
You know, and that brings me up to last night because Randy Orton had an interview with Michael Cole.
Yeah,
and he's basically talking to somebody. Guys, I truly feel we might see a new era after WrestleMania. I truly feel that wasn't Cowboy Bob Orton. I truly feel that probably was Shane McMahon. Sorry to say it. I truly feel that. I don't want it to happen, but wrestling has more than one royal family. I'm not going to bring my dad back in Monday Night Raw or WrestleMania. I'm going to bring somebody bigger. What bigger person than Shane McMahon?
I see what you're saying, But I really just think that Randy said that because he's what, a fourth generation, third generation. He's third generation, right?
Third, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, his dad didn't get. I mean, his dad is always called a good hand. He was never championship material, and neither was his grandfather. At least not the way that the McMahons looked at them. You know, so that's how I took it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that that's the way you interpreted it was not the way that I interpreted it, and I just don't think that Shane wouldn't. I don't think Shane would bring anything to the story.
Doesn't have to. Just needs to help Randy win. That's it.
I mean, that's also
That's the story. That's it. Come cut a promo and that's it. Go home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is possible. It also could be The Rock.
Could be too.
Can it not?
I don't want it, but it could be. This WrestleMania needs saving.
I don't mean this to sound the way that it's going to sound, but as a wrestling fan, you will understand the way that I am meaning it. Can we not have an all Samoan WrestleMania event?
I agree with you, but
like an all Fatu family,
guys,
an Hawaii family WrestleMania main
I
event?
agree with you, but guys, this WrestleMania needs saving right now. Okay, I know we're gonna get a fantastic match for 10 minutes with Brock and Oba. Ooh, whoopie freaking do. But the other matches, it needs saving. It really does. We need something big for their.
How would you feel about a Grande Americano mask v mask match?
I don't want to watch that. Why we can't put that in AAA? And let me tell you, does this even make sense that Grande Americano, they played a video before the match when he faced the original and he won the AAA Ray, whatever.
Yeah,
and he got the biggest pop everybody was cheering, and then all of a sudden now he's being booed. He's playing the heel. What the hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? This is me, but I think WrestleMania needs a saving. I know John is fully invested in WrestleMania because he said it, but they need something big.
Bro, I got to tell you, honestly, other than now the Cody Randy match and the Oba Brock match, I'm kind of at the point where I'm just gonna watch it because it's my job. Like I'm not even after last night.
That's so sad to hear because you're such a wrestling fan. So it's just like breaking my heart over here. Like,
you know, not only that, but like
the homework,
the way that they just. Nobody needs to be reminded of the bloodline and their legacy. The legacy literally was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, David said it's not his dad thinking outside the box. How about $1 Million Man? Mandy's connection to Ted Jr., the whole legacy story. That would make perfect sense, but Ted DiBiase Jr. is right now in court kind of getting on the way to Texas. So we can't really just bring his dad.
He is right there next to the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be there next to Brett Favre. But you know, we can't really. I would love to see that, but I don't see that. Is Cody better heel or face? I say heel.
How do we know? Because we haven't seen this Cody as a heel.
Seen him in New Japan. Come on, you telling me you didn't like those video packages? When he was coming out.
I don't know. Is he a heel? Because according to John, he was a cool heel because people cheered for him.
John, your rebuttal?
I can't believe when I said about cool heel, Billy got under Ray's skin.
I'm just saying. All the shit that Cody Rhodes did when he was a heel in New Japan doesn't count because he was a cool heel. According to John.
Okay, Tony D'Angelo.
And can I also say this? I don't think Rhea Ripley's saving her match here for her promos. I didn't like her promo on SmackDown. I thought Jade promo was actually more better. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Do you think Rhea's not? You think Rhea's taking her foot off the gas to make?
But she always the
better?
thing is she's repeating the same thing. It's like every week I hear, "Why don't you come in my face and say it? We can get down." Like, yeah, I heard that last week, and now I heard it this week. I think Jade is improving. Like, it's not great work because I saw Michin calling spots with her teeth like this. No, turn to the turnbuckle, turn me over. So I know she's not the leader yet, but I thought the promo was pretty better than Rhea, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I don't think Rhea's saving this match.
Side note, during the backstage, one of the backstage segments following Jade and Michin's match, did you check in the background B-Fab and Jade chilling, talking, and walking out with each other?
Yeah, I got it.
What's that all about?
Are we seeing another faction that we saw in AEW with Jade and Red Velvet? And what was the other one? I know she's injured because she had an ACL.
Lena
Got an ACL injury. No, it was I think she was like from Queens.
She's with not Top Flight. Is it Top Flight? Yeah, she's with Top Flight. And Christopher Daniels. I can't remember her name.
Layla Gray?
There you go.
Gray, that's
there you go. There you go.
Good job, John. Good job. Good job, Jimmy.
But John, do you think WrestleMania would be good for you? Are you going to watch it as a fan, or are you going to watch it as Ray say? I'm just here to watch it because it's my duty.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay, Marshawn Lynch.
As you can see, folks, John hasn't answered the question.
Oh, apparently according to you guys, I'm going for a politician role, apparently. So,
come on, man. It's making comparison.
No, honestly, I think I would answer that question in a couple of weeks.
How much time we have left? Is it 3 or 4 weeks left? He doesn't want to answer.
Oh my God.
Answer. It's all right. Don't worry. Baseball started.
If this man does not come on wearing a blue sport jacket, a red tie with an American flag pin on his lapel, God, good Lord.
Well, I bring that up because, again, how many times we sat here and said that, the matches on paper look like shit, and also we get to the matches and they're actually good matches.
But the fact of the matter is there's got to be something to make you want to watch those matches, to find there's got to be something that brings you to the table.
And you know what it will? It will? It will? Yeah, it will.
What?
You know what will do that?
There you go. Okay, that makes more sense.
English, I knows it. The name WrestleMania itself.
That is such a e-drone thing to say.
I mean, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Why is that when they announce what WrestleMania is? Also, they can sell tickets. Yeah, granted, they're not going to be selling out the arena because nobody wants to give up an arm, a leg, and half a head.
And 3/4 of their first and second born.
Well, they actually lower prices, by the way. I did read.
Oh yeah, a whole whopping what? $250 each?
No, down to $177.
Yeah, I'm saying the price difference for both tiers of tickets, I think, was like $250.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, it may have been more.
So
they had a sale yesterday.
Oh yeah, I forgot they also had a sale yesterday.
I'm sorry, say that again.
They had a sale yesterday.
31.
Oh yeah, that's right, 31.6% off.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Still didn't buy nothing.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I take the stat person right behind me.
Good job, Papa John.
Now, John, if WrestleMania lets you down, if it lets you down a couple of weeks, will you put this on your top 3 or top 5 worst WrestleMania of all time?
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way. I'm going to say this right now. If this WrestleMania is disappointed, first of all, I will come on air that followed that Tuesday. I will eat crow. And yeah, I would put it down. But again,
so many bad WrestleManias.
Don't get me started on WrestleMania 32.
32? Oh, I thought 35 was just a long show that would never end. I was so
32. I always put as the first one because that was the one where everybody was injured.
Mm.
Yeah, you could put that.
And the biggest draw with that was I see if I remember correctly, the main event was Hunter and Roman, I think.
I don't know, but
Yes, it was goatee Roman.
I had
Goatee blue eyes Roman.
Hunter and Batista at 35 for like a 30-40 minute boring crap show that I had to like watch. Jesus. It was so that WrestleMania was so long.
Hold on. Navarre has a question here. He goes, Who do you think will be in the next
Nobody. That's it.
I thought it's
They'll make somebody.
If I were to make somebody, look, this may be out of the box.
Out of the box.
Cynthia Lauper, the singer.
Cyndi Lauper? I thought she was already
Lauper,
in there.
the singer. I put her in the Hall of Fame.
She's really not in there?
No.
She's not in. I put her in.
That's a travesty.
It is a travesty. Should have been one of the first women in. But instead, we put Michelle McCool, like she did some like highlight shit from all her career when she didn't really do much.
No, listen, the highlight. She is literally proving that the highlight of her career was marrying The Undertaker. I don't say that lightly, but like ever since that and Taker's retirement, she has just been like
riding the coattails
everywhere.
Pretty much. Now she's like running the show at 6 feet under. I don't even watch it.
Guys, we have a couple minutes left before we wrap things up here. Ray, let me throw it to you first. Final thoughts. And where can the fans of the ATR Nation find you on social media?
They can find me on Instagram if they look hard enough. And
guys, don't look up Tony D'Angelo. That's not Ray.
No, that's not me. That's not me. I don't know, man. I'm still the whole Dallas issue is just it's on my mind a lot. You know, it boggles my mind that for a community that wants their respect, their flowers, as much as wrestling fans bitch about not being respected or, you know, not getting their flowers, to let that situation just with Dallas Edwards go, it bothers me. It just feels so fucking hypocritical, you know. But at the same time, what is the wrestling community if not hypocritical?
Exactly. Jay, what about you?
You know, there was some good, bad, and ugly that I saw this past weekend in wrestling. Ray just brought up one bad, appalling thing I wish I didn't see. I can't even believe the video is still on YouTube. Like, what the hell is that about? But I worry for the safety of Will Ospreay because I have him at a top 3, top 5 in Jay's list of wrestlers. And for him to just come back that fast is just really shocking to me. You need to really take that injury and really fully heal. One of our favorite wrestlers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, yesterday, 316, took a year and a half, but he came back and he gave us maybe 2 more years after that. So I just think that wrestlers need to make better decisions when they have serious injuries like a neck fusion surgery. And I wish him the best, and I hope, and I truly hope we do get some better storylines heading into WrestleMania because I'm not into it. I hope it's not a crap show that I saw WrestleMania 2000, which is probably one of the worst main event matches that I've seen because everybody wanted The Rock to win, but instead we gave it to Triple H, and that made the fans really angry. So
Booker T should have won.
Yeah, but didn't, and that's all Jay got to say. Hopefully we have a good week of wrestling to end it.
In regards to your concern with Will Ospreay, I did do some digging, and I did find out in medical journals with the advancement of, medical technology as it is, 6 to 8 months for an elite athlete is the full competitive return window. Because it has less to do with strength and what have you, as it does with how fast your bone grows over the fusion.
Mm.
Some people, their bone grows at a slower rate. Some people, it grows at a faster rate. It's very easy to assume that based on his window of return, that at the he's at the 6-month mark, that he had some good bone growth over that fusion.
Exactly. Guys, final thoughts from me. Crazy week of wrestling, and it's not going to get any slower going further. Unfortunately, guys, I will not be on next week. So it's going to be Ray and Jay running the show next week.
Did Savage scare you?
No, it's actually my birthday next Friday, so I figure.
Whoa, happy birthday, dude.
Thank you.
It's your birthday next Friday?
Oh, next Saturday. Sorry, next Saturday, 28th.
Hey, what is it, Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
What's your birthday?
What the hell the 28th got to do with the 24th?
He doesn't want to be here. He wants to celebrate.
Girlfriend is taking me out for dinner.
For the whole week?
Ooh, for the whole week?
She is. And also, make another announcement as well. The next time you guys will see me back on here, I will have some on-site reporting because your boy will be at Monday Night Raw, March 30th, when they're at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Oh.
Congratulations. When were you just waited all the show to just throw that in there? Wow.
Big
What are you
spender
saying?
over here paying TKO ticket prices.
Sure,
Yeah, what
we'll
are you
say
saying?
that. We'll say that. But guys, again, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We are out of here, guys. Again, in case you just joined us now, next week will be Ray and Jay running the show. April 7th, the return of the Undisputed Hour with Bobby Fish.
That'd be good.
So you're not going to want to miss that, guys. Again, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. And guys, I'm going to take both of you guys off screen here for a second. And guys, a moment of Zen. See you guys next week.